something that's not cutlery. That's what my goal is here. Good morning, guys. So today I want to do a little free library tour. Again, I did this last summer and had so much fun. I've been wanting to do it for weeks, months, and now I can finally do it. So I got one little kid in the van here, and we're gonna just like drive around, see what we can find. The area that I'm doing this in is one of my favorite in the city. It's like cool old houses, lots of big trees. And from what I remember last time, the little free libraries are so unique. Yeah, so I have a stack of books from my unhaul that I previously shared that I'm going to be putting into these libraries, and we'll see what I can find on the way. So my first one was like a complete dud, and I totally remember that from that same little free library last time. It didn't have anything really the first time either. Second one, though, I got this Laurie R. King of Oh Jerusalem. This is the Mary Russell and Sherlock series that I actually just started reading book 1 yesterday. I don't know what book number this is exactly. We'll see if I can find it. Possibly number 5, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, I want to collect those, and it's a very different edition than my first, like the book number 1 that I have, but I'm okay with that. And I just love this area. All the trees and the cool houses. I wish there was enough libraries that I could just like walk, but we gotta drive from place to place. So let's try number 3. I'm definitely not doing super great. I've got 2 books and I've put more than double that in little free libraries already. But maybe as we keep going, there will be some with lots of good books. It's so funny because you never know. Like this little free library I was just at, last year they had a ton of like middle grade books, kids books. My kids got a number from here last year. And this year I don't think there was like a single kids book at all, or like middle grade. So you never know what's going on. And it just reminds me, like, as someone that just started a little free library, to kind of like stay on top of it, kind of like keep it organized, make sure there are books inside of your little free library, because some of them that I've been to are like pretty much empty. So what's the point then? So I'm kind of like taking note. man, it is windy out there. We decided to get donuts because I kind of didn't get to finish breakfast this morning before we had to head out. And then of course the toddler has to go to the potty and there's no bathroom, so that's always fun. Still, so far we're striking out. I drove by a little free library to come to the park to eat our donuts, and it looks like it has like 3 books in it, so we'll like circle back to that one, add a couple of our books to it, I guess, and see if we can get something going here. Okay, so I just have a couple more places to go. We'll see if we can get something, maybe something that's not cutlery. This is quite the adventure. I got a couple more books I can put into little free libraries, so hopefully I can find, yeah, something that's not cutlery. That's what my goal is here. Okay, so I don't know off the top of my head, how many little free libraries I went to today. My plan is to put a tally up, so I should already have it. I think I did a video of each one. There was a couple I passed by because I couldn't find parking. Yeah, pretty much I couldn't find parking and I had the toddler with me, and so I skipped a couple. But I went to quite a few and I got a very sad amount of books for the number of little free libraries I went to. It's interesting because I pretty much went to all of these last year. A couple of them I've been to multiple times and there's usually good selection. But today was just apparently a terrible time. I'd be interested to like go back seasonally and see if there's different stuff. it has made me realize that as a Little Free Library owner, I think it's important, if you're going to be putting this up, to make sure your library is stocked. And by stocked, I mean stocked with books, not other things maybe. Just throwing that out there, I guess. So I'll show you what I all got. This is in no particular order. I got Fablehaven number 2, which is, what's it called? Grip of the Shadow Plague. Wait, is this number 2? And Secrets of the Dragon Sanctuary. I'm kind of confused. Is this a bind-up of multiple? I didn't pay attention to this. I don't really know what this is. I read... Okay, wait. I have a Fablehaven number 1, which is Fablehaven and Rise of the Evening Star, I think. Okay, I'm kind of confused. But whatever, I got this. I've read Fablehaven, I think it's just number 1. I'm really confused by this numbering system here. And I was kind of like mediocre, but it was kind of at the point, this was the last book I picked up where I'm like, well, I'll get it because I should get something. I put in, so I have 5 books here. I put in probably about 25 books. So I feel like if I ever go back to any of these Little Free Libraries and I don't have a book to put in, but I find a really good book I would like, I'm okay with that. I feel like I've put into these libraries, you know, I can take a book without, you know, doing a 1-for-1. It's not really about that. But yeah, okay, so that's kind of gonna be for my kids, although I'm kind of curious to maybe to read a little bit more Fablehaven, see where I really, what I really think about the series. And then this one's for my son. This is Encyclopedia Brown, The Case of the Midnight Visitor. I don't know if they like, Encyclopedia Brown has numbers. They're all very, I think they're all very individual cases, and they don't play off of, you don't need to read number 1 to read number 5 or whatever. So this is my son's kind of like reading level for this year. Oh, and I like it when there is inscriptions in books. I do a lot of thrifting, and this one is from June 2011. Jackson, happy reading, from Miss someone or other. So this is probably the end of a school year. This is what a kid got from their teacher. Another one for my kids. Okay, the other 2 are not for my kids, but I got Knight's Castle. So this is Edgar Eger's series, The Enchanted Castle, I think is book 1. We read that one together as a family. Oh, Half Magic, that's the one. And I think this is kind of part of that series. I don't know where it falls, but like I was getting desperate at some of these Little Free Libraries. It's interesting. There was a couple of them that had good books that I already owned, and other than that, I feel like there was just a lot of junk. I mean, there was actual junk, but there was also like not much for books. But okay, I'm kind of excited about this one. I got All Things Bright and Beautiful by James Herriot. I've kind of been collecting his books a little bit. I have animal stories and cat stories, and I have never really read any of them. This one is the sequel to All Creatures Great and Small, and I know a lot of people rave about his writing, so I think he was a veterinarian a long time ago, and he writes about animals. So this original copyright is 1973, and he writes about animals. I don't know. I just know that this is a well-loved author, and what a cover that is. That is like, if that doesn't scream 1970 something, I don't know what does. Yeah, so I don't know, do I have to read All Creatures Great and Small first in order to read this one? I might have to get that from the library or something. And then like the second Little Free Library I went to, the first one was a total dud. The second one, I already shared that I got this one, Oh Jerusalem. I haven't looked it up yet, but this is in that Mary Russell series, sometime after The Beekeeper's Apprentice, which is the one I'm currently reading. This one falls, and so I guess I'll just, you know, I'm not very picky when it comes to Little Free Library books. If it's like number 5 in a series and I only own book 1, it's like I'll grab it and, you know, hopefully I can fill those holes eventually, or get books from the library, whatever. Yeah, so this was like, it feels like a pitifully small Little Free Library haul considering how many places I went. But it was like the perfect fall weather for this today. So there's my little free library tour for this year, or at least this season. I want to do one in a few months. Maybe I'll go to like a different area of the city and check that out. And I don't know, if you haven't been to like on a little free library tour of your own, I challenge you to like look up on the map and see if there's some around you, and see if you can find a few kind of in the same area, and just make a little trip out of it. And hopefully you can have a little bit better success than I did this time.